There is a photograph. You have probably never seen it. In it, a man in Apo's body is tied to a door, arms stretched wide, head tilted, a Haitian flag draped over him like a shroud. The United States Marines took that photograph in 1919. They printed thousands of copies. They spread them across Haiti like leaflets. Their goal was to break the resistance, to show the Haitian people what happens when you fight back. It did not work. That photograph did not break Haiti. It created a martyr. It created an eye. Before we go any further, I want you to think about this honestly. In every history class you ever sat through, every textbook, every standardized test, every documentary assigned to you in school, did anyone, even once, teach you that the United States militarily occupied Haiti for 19 years? Comment right now. Yes or no? Because the answer to that question tells us exactly how deep this erasure goes. To understand Charlemagne Péralte, you have to understand what Haiti was. Not what you were taught it was. What it actually was. 1791, the island called Saint-Domingue. The most profitable colony in the entire Western world. France is extracting so much sugar, coffee, and cotton from this one island that it is funding nearly a third of the entire French economy. The whole operation runs on the bodies of 500,000 enslaved Africans. And then, the enslaved rise. Not a riot. Not a skirmish that gets crushed in a week. A revolution. 13 years of war. Against France. Against Spain. Against Britain. Against every colonial power that tries to extinguish it. In 1804, they win. The first successful slave revolution in the history of the modern world. The first black republic ever established. Haiti. These were not people who were given freedom. These were people who were legally classified as property, who took their freedom by force, from the most powerful military on the planet. Napoleon sent 50,000 soldiers to crush it. Haiti beat them, and the world responded with punishment that would echo for 2 centuries. France forced Haiti to pay 150 million francs in reparations. Not to the people who had been enslaved. To the slaveholders. Compensation for the loss of their human property. Haiti paid, under the threat of French warships sitting in the harbor. For over a century, the United States, the nation founded on the declaration that all men are created equal, refused to recognize Haiti and Apo's independence. Here is a question I want you to sit with. A bank, a private American bank, helped convince the President of the United States to invade a sovereign nation. Does that sound like ancient history to you? Or does it sound like a pattern you recognize? Drop your answer in the comments. Because what comes next is going to hit differently depending on how you answer that. July 28, 1915. 330 United States Marines land at Port-au-Prince. The official justification, political instability following the lynching of the Haitian president by an angry mob. Protecting American lives. Ensuring regional stability. But watch what they actually do from the moment they arrive. Day 1. American forces march directly to the Haitian National Bank. They remove $500,000 in gold reserves. Load it onto an American ship. Send it to New York. To National City Bank. Not to a neutral party. Not to a UN authority. To the private American bank that lobbied for this invasion. Within months, the Haitian army, the institution that had defeated Napoleon, that had defended Haitian sovereignty for over a century, disbanded. Completely. Replaced with a new force called the Gendarmerie, commanded by United States Marine officers. Within the year, the Haitian Constitution, maintained since independence, the document that had always prohibited foreign land ownership, rewritten. For the first time since 1804, American corporations can buy Haitian land. The one protection Haiti had always kept. Gone. And then, the corvée. The United States occupation introduces a system of forced unpaid labor. Haitian peasants, men who own nothing, are conscripted to build roads and infrastructure under Marine supervision. Without pay. Without choice. If you refused, you were beaten. If you ran, you were hunted. The United States, in 1915, in the name of civilization and regional stability, reintroduced forced labor to the nation that had fought the bloodiest war in Caribbean history to end it. The Haitian people have a word for what the occupation was. They called it a second slavery. Charlemagne Péralte is born on October 10, 1885, in Hinche, a small city on the central plateau of Haiti. His father is a general in the Haitian army. His family belongs to what historians call the rural bourgeoisie, educated, established, rooted in the community. He attends the St. Louis Gonzague School in Port-au-Prince, one of the most prestigious schools in the country. He studies Latin, military history, the heroes of Haitian independence. He grows up understanding exactly what Haiti is and what Haiti represents. He enters the military. By his late 20s, he is commanding garrisons. He serves as mayor of Hinche, as commander of Port-de-Paix, as a justice of the peace. He is, by every measure, a man building a distinguished career in service to his country. And then the Marines land. Péralte refuses to serve in the new American-controlled gendarmerie. Not because he is reckless, because he understands what it means. The Haitian army, the institution his father served, the institution that carried the legacy of 1804, has been handed to foreign officers who refer to Haitian people in their private correspondence with racial slurs that cannot be reprinted here. Péralte will not wear that uniform. In 1917, he is arrested, accused of involvement in a raid on a gendarmerie payroll in Hinche. He is convicted and sentenced to 5 years of hard labor. They make him clean the streets of Cap Haitian in chains. A man who commanded garrisons. A man who held public office. Cleaning streets in chains, in public, in his own country, occupied by a foreign army. He escapes in September 1918. And when he does, he issues a statement that will be remembered long after every Marine who put him in those chains is forgotten. He says, "We do not want war. We want Haiti for Haitians." And then he goes to the mountains. I want you to notice something. The man who will become Haiti and Apos' greatest national hero was not a radical. He was not an extremist. He was a government official, a military officer, a man who tried to work within the system. It was the occupation that made resistance the only option left. Does that change how you think about the word in quote, rebel in quote? About who gets that label and why? Comment below. In the mountains and forests of northern Haiti, Péralte finds the Cacos. The Cacos are not a new organization. The name comes from a red-plumed bird native to the island, and from the former enslaved people who fought alongside Haitian revolutionaries against the French. The Cacos have reappeared in every generation when Haiti and Apos' sovereignty is threatened. Now they have their leader. Péralte does not build a ragtag band of desperate men. He builds an army. By 1919, he commands 5,000 fighters. Peasants who know every mountain path, every river crossing, every forest road in northern Haiti. Men who have watched their families conscripted under the corvée. Men who have seen their villages burned when they resisted. Their motto is 3 words, liberty or death. Péralte is a strategist. He avoids the pitched battles where American firepower would annihilate his forces. He strikes fast, disappears into terrain the Marines cannot navigate, reappears somewhere else. The Marines cannot catch him. He writes leaflets that are distributed across Haiti. He corresponds with leaders in the United States, Britain, and France, making the case for Haitian sovereignty in the language of international law and democracy. He tells his men, "The Americans have the airplanes. We have the night." The Marines respond with a level of violence that is not reported in American newspapers. Villages suspected of supporting the Cacos are burned. Prisoners are summarily executed. Internal U.S. Army documents from this period justify the killing of women and children, describing them as, and this is a direct quote from declassified records, "They cannot catch him in battle. So they buy someone to betray him." A Haitian gendarme named Jean-Baptiste Cons approaches the Marines with information. For a payment of $2,000, he will lead them to Péralte and Apos' camp. $2,000. That is what it costs to betray the man Haiti calls its hero. The operation is planned with care. Marine Sergeant Herman Hannekin and Corporal William Button cannot simply walk into a Caco camp. Péralte and Apos' intelligence network is too sophisticated. His 6 outer checkpoints too disciplined. So Hannekin stages a fake ambush on Cons and Apos' group to establish Cons and Apos' credibility as a Caco ally. Hannekin fakes injuries. He and Button then dress in Caco clothing. And they blacken their... Now here is where the Americans make the mistake that history will never let them undo. They want to destroy the resistance by proving Péralte is dead, by showing the Haitian people that their leader is gone and there is no point in fighting. So they tie his body to a door, arms stretched wide, head fallen to one side, the Haitian flag draped over his shoulders. They photograph him. They print thousands of copies. They distribute those photographs across Haiti like a military announcement. Look, Your leader is dead. The resistance is over. Give up. What they do not consider, what apparently no one in the chain of command stops to think about, is what the image looks like. It looks like a crucifixion. A black man, arms outstretched, body displayed, killed by the empire that occupied his nation. To a Haitian people raised in deep Catholic faith. To a nation that was born from the most dramatic act of collective liberation in modern history. That image does not break the resistance. It makes Charlemagne Péralte immortal. Within years, Haitian artists are painting him. The most famous painting is called The Crucifixion of Charlemagne Péralte for Freedom. His face appears on murals, on handmade posters, passed hand to hand across a country that will not forget him. The image meant to humiliate becomes sacred. The man they killed becomes the symbol that outlasts every general, every governor, every marine commander who ever set foot in Haiti. Charlemagne Péralte appears today on Haitian currency, on official postage stamps, on coins, in political speeches. The United States Marine Corps handed Haiti its most enduring symbol of resistance. By accident. The occupation continues until 1934. 19 years total. When the Marines finally leave, they leave behind a Haiti that has been structurally gutted. The economy, extracted and hollowed out. American corporations operated for 2 decades with no meaningful reinvestment in Haitian workers or Haitian infrastructure. The political system, deliberately fractured. Collaborators elevated. Independent institutions dismantled. The military, gone. Its legacy broken. And they take thousands of pages of internal documents with them. Documents that will remain classified for decades. Here is what those documents eventually confirm when researchers finally access them. The occupation was not a peacekeeping mission. It was authorized after sustained lobbying by National City Bank of New York. It was executed by an administration, Woodrow Wilson and Oppos. That was simultaneously resegregating the American federal government and celebrating a film that glorified the Ku Klux Klan. Internal Marine correspondence uses racial language that documents the contempt with which the occupiers viewed the people they claimed to be helping. And the Haitian Constitution, the document that had protected the nation and Oppos' land for over a century, was rewritten not for stability, but for profit. This is not ancient history. Grenada, 1983. A popular government gaining independence from American economic control. American invasion. Panama, 1989. A leader who had outlived his usefulness to Washington. American invasion. Lumumba in Congo. Allende in Chile. Mossadegh in Iran. The pattern across a century is consistent. Any leader who builds genuine sovereignty, who proves that a black or brown nation can govern itself, defend itself, and operate outside of American approval, becomes a target. Not because they threaten American lives, because they threaten American control. And the most powerful weapon used to maintain that control is not a military base. It is your ignorance of this history. Let me bring it back to that photograph. 2 Marines had to disguise themselves as Haitian men, had to darken their own skin, to get close enough to kill Charlemagne Péralte. Think about what that means. They could not defeat him in battle. They could not outmaneuver him. They could not find him. The most powerful military in the Western Hemisphere spent over a year trying to kill one man in the mountains of Haiti and could not do it. They won only through betrayal, through corruption, through a $2,000 payment to a traitor. And even then, even after they killed him, they lost. Because the image they created to end the resistance became the image that defined it. Haiti is not a story of a people who cannot govern themselves. Haiti is a story of a people who built something extraordinary, who protected it for over a century, who fought with machetes and old rifles against aircraft and machine guns, and an occupying army backed by the most powerful government in the world, and who refused, generation after generation, to stop. The revolution of 1804 happened. The debt imposed on freed people for freeing themselves happened. 60 years of American non-recognition happened. Citibank and Oppos' predecessor lobbying for a 19-year military occupation happened. The corvée, forced unpaid labor, happened. Charlemagne Péralte happened. The Cacos happened. The burning villages happened. The classified documents happened. All of it documented. Almost none of it taught. Because the single most effective way to justify what was done, and to ensure it can be done again, is to make sure you never know it was done the first time. You now know. So here is what I and Oppos am asking. Not for me. For Charlemagne Péralte, who deserved to be taught in every history class in America, and wasn't Apos. T. For every Haitian who fought and died in a war that American newspapers called a bandit suppression. Share this video. Tag someone who thinks they know history. Because this is not a story about Haiti. This is a story about power. About who gets to write history. About what gets erased and why. And about what happens when you finally find out. Subscribe if you want more of this. This channel exists for one reason. The history they decided you didn't and Apos. Need. Tell me in the comments. Whose story do you want us to dig up next? I read every one. See you there.